everybody, this is Tina with Loving Life's Little Blessings. This is our Stampin' Up! Friday post, and we're going to be making a 4th of July / military themed card. And so what I'm using today is our Midnight Muse paper cardstock. This is a new in color, and I really love this blue. It is called Midnight Muse, and it's a deep navy type color. And then I'm also going to be using this punch, and this is our pendant builder punch, and this is the first time I've used it. So I got it a couple weeks ago and I wanted to use it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and cut our cardstock at 5.5. When we do that, we are going to be able to fold our card this way, and it's going to give us a standard A2 size card. Okay. The other item that I'm going to use on this card is a piece of our designer series paper, and this is the new 2012 in colors. And I'm going to grab a Midnight Muse piece, and we have it in polka dots, and then in some writing, some words, and then we have it in stripes, and then also this design right here. And I thought that I would use the polka dotted piece, but I'm going to use the words. And what I really like about this designer series paper that is double-sided is the words on here. If you can see, we'll get closer. So it's like writing. It almost makes it look a shade lighter than what you're using. And so what I'm going to do is just trim a piece down to 4 1/4. Or I'm sorry, 5 1/4 this way by 4 inches this way. And that piece is going to go just like this on our card. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my punch, and what I would like is I would like 3 red pieces in the scalloped triangle. What I'm going to do is, because I don't necessarily want to stamp on this blue piece, what I'm going to do is just something that I did earlier this week. I'm just trimming this down to 1.5. Actually, that's a little too big. I guess we're just going to go with a 1 inch little strip. And then I'm going to take my, just a square punch, and Stampin' Up! Does have square punches. I just happen to already own some square punches, and so I didn't purchase Stampin' Up! Square punches. So I'm just doing exactly what I did earlier this week, you guys. I've done this quite a few times this week. I'm just using my square punch to create this banner. Okay, and I'm gonna put that down here. Okay, so let's start. This is gonna be pretty simple, so I just want to start layering my items. So I'm going to use some adhesive. Okay, so then the next thing that I'm going to do is I want to layer these up. So the red is going to be my bottom piece, and then the white piece is going to go right on top here. But to give it a little bit of dimension, what I would like to do is use some dimensionals. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the small hole punch. I'm going to put holes in each corner. Alright, our next step is I'm going to take some of this. We used it earlier this week, and it is the linen thread. It's very thin. And I have this needle. It's a needle that the eye of the needle is fairly large, and I just keep it right at my workstation, and I do this a lot. So I'm just going to take my linen thread and I'm going to thread it through everywhere where the next thing that I'm going to do is I just want to take, they're about evenly across there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip it over. I'm going to add some adhesive to the back. And then I'm just going to place this down. And then I can take my needle off and set that aside. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the end of this thread, so I'm just going to leave it for a minute until I can decide. So now I have this part, and then I'm going to have my banner that I did, and that's going to go right down here. And we're going to stamp. The only thing that's not Stampin' Up! That I'm using is my stamp set, and that is just because honestly, I don't have a stamp from Stampin' Up! That I like for this particular card. So I'm going to use a stamp that just says, "Thank you for your service." If it will fit. I didn't plan this out very good. Yeah, it'll fit. So I'm going to use Midnight Muse. I just really love that color. And I'm going to use Pop Dots, Dimensionals, for my banner. And this is our card. So very simple. You could stamp Happy 4th of July. You could stamp a lot of different things for that. And I think for my, for the ends here, I think I might just pinch them over and then put a little piece of tape inside, and that's okay. When it's homemade, that, you know, that's why it's homemade. People know it's homemade, and and I think that it doesn't have to be perfect, and if there's a little bit in there like that, it's fine. And instead of cutting it, you could just wrap it around on the inside too as well. I've done that before. One more thing. I thought it needed a little something. Like, I just wasn't happy with how plain it looked. So what I did is I punched a star out, and I did the polka dot side, and I decided to put that right there. And then for something a little bit different is I decided to use these buttons. And these are from our Subtle collection. And I'm just going to take these glue dots, and I'm going to put these buttons on here. And I think that gave it a little bit of something extra. So now that's our final card. So thanks, guys, and I will see you tomorrow.